they did to maintain so basically the Roman Empire, through military intervention, they would conquer. Then they would allow some time, and then they would actually try to bring stability and bring them expand the empire by bringing allegiances. So once the animosity has evaded, has evaporated, they started to bring them in by giving them the same position, become members of the Senate. People from France, the Galliers, they were invited to have representatives in the Roman Senate. So they became really full members, and those members, given these opportunities, they were more inclined towards working together with Rome instead of against it, because they were actually full members and could benefit from their allegiance to Rome. So how come such a huge empire could sustain for so long? By actually creating equal opportunities for all the citizens of the Roman Empire.
Which city is that the former?
The former one?
Yeah. Which city is this?
I don't know. Look.
We're members of our...
This is Lyon.
Lyon.
Right. This is located in the southeastern part of France. Beautiful city.
It's very ironical event. Democratic country, Rome,
Right.
finally choose authoritarian country as a empire system. It's very ironical. Democrat make a authoritarian country. It's very ironical.
Well,
To keep the big big countries,
right,
to dominate the big country areas.
right.
To dominate the big areas needs a authoritarian system.
Right. In order to, well, the big question is, of course, how can you make democracy work? Like really, if you need to ask that communication-wise, it's almost impossible. Because how can you have debate and have people weighing in and giving their opinion if they are thousands of kilometers apart? That doesn't really contribute to communicating together, to exchanging ideas, etc. It's basically impossible. I don't see how democracy could work if you if you don't have any means of communication. They said that there was no way to communicate. So I think maybe within a city, democracy could work, like in Athens, and maybe within Rome, but based on that, the entire empire needed to be ruled.
Rome is shifting from democracy to authoritarian.
Yes.
Like a Trump.
Like Trump.
Huh?
In the face of adversity comes humanity. Okay, so I'm not gonna watch the entire video. I think that the point that I wanted to make here is how could such a large empire sustain itself for 1,000 years by being inclusive, by assimilating different cultures into a single
Assimilation?
empire. Yeah, assimilation.
Like France.
Like France.
Yeah, France assimilation,
Right.
not invasion.
Right.
But they did a big problem for Libya.
France.
But they did the same thing and at that time. France invading Libya in 1950, 60s. right?
Libya or Algeria?
Algeria.
Algeria.
Sorry, Algeria.
Yeah.
France, they did. But usually France assimilation in Africa.
Well, basically, because actually, I think they underestimated the French in Algeria. They considered, I think they truly considered Algeria to be part of France, and there were about 1 million French people.
Oh, yeah,
living
that's right.
in Algeria.
Part of France.
But the Algerians didn't think so. They wanted to become independent, like
Exactly.
the rest of the world. So the French thought Algeria to be part of France, but the Algerians did have no interest to be part of France. So they revolted against the French. But that kind of assimilation strategy worked quite well in Indochina, for example. They managed to control entire Indochina, which stretches almost the entire Southeast Asian region, with only 30,000 French people there. So that was impossible to have an army if there would be a constant rebellion against the French. Then 30,000 would not be enough to manage such a large area. But actually they could, by assimilation, by working together, by forming strategic alliances, and making also.
I forget Indochina. Why they failed to occupy Indochina by France?
France actually they did occupy Indochina.
Yeah, and finally they failed in 1957 in the food.
Yeah, they also they wanted to become independent.
Oh, okay, becoming independent.
Right. So there were independent movements, of course, like everywhere else in the world. Then during World War II, Japan was on the side of the independence movement, but after the war ended, France tried to regain control of Indochina, but then they never actually succeeded in really bringing Indochina back under control. So
you have good memory. I am very poor for that kind of memory. Okay.
All right. So it was too large to defend the Roman Empire. That's why it was split into an Eastern and a Western empire. And the Eastern Empire was actually more affluent.
By the way, my simple question is: Roman Empire are those people, not the Italian people?
No, well, basically the origin. No, well, Italy is basically a concept that was created after the Roman Empire.
What kind of people are they?
The Romans. Well, the origin of Rome is the city of Rome, and which is basically a city-state.
Italy?
Italy was formed later.
No, Italian?
The Romans?
Yeah.
Whether they are Italians?
Yeah.
Well, today's Italians, but basically they are really the Romans. Italy was formed maybe 200 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but living citizen of Rome is Italian, right?
Right,
Same people?
But not only Italians, because they would also have people from all over the region who they dominated, who also come to Rome, became member of the Senate, and
my question is: same people or different people?
Same people as who?
It's Rome.
So that's what I'm saying.
2,000 years ago, now is the same
Right.
people living there? Different people. My question is, question is, okay, Italian people is kind of easygoing people, right? It's the same?
If they had the same culture.
Yeah.
Basically, Rome was nearly vanished. So it went from a population of 1 million to a population of 20,000-30,000 during the Middle Ages. So it became a very small rural area. Actually, a lot of cities disappeared and became really an agricultural society during the Middle Ages. So I don't know if we can say that the people that we see today in Italy are the same as the Romans as we see today. Whether they had the same culture, I doubt.
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日は VCube さんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました、留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアースということ、それからもう一つは孫子の兵を、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったんで、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料を作成しております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対してもいろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、VCube さんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。